how you doing out there? Happy Friday. I hope you had a great week so far. I know that I did. It's finally the end of the week. I can't believe it. Hi, Rizo. Good to see you. Oh, you're the first one in the chat today. That doesn't happen too often. Hi, Virtue. Yeah. So, I made a few little changes. I made myself bigger. I don't know if you noticed that. I'll take it. I'll take the applause. So, yeah, I made myself a little bigger. I changed a little bit of the text stuff up there. And you'll really see once I have something other than a black background going here. It's matching a little too well. But let's take a look here. All right. Let's load up our game from last time. Here we go. All right. Yeah, so how's it looking now that you can actually see the chat on top of something that isn't a plain black background? Hopefully this looks a little better. Let's see here. Huh? Got a little sort of rounded edge look. So I thought that was a little better. Oh man, I'm really getting a kick out of seeing these new emotes. Oh yes, and of course I did add a couple of emotes. Now this one's been approved, so if you're a tier 2 subscriber, all right, incentivize you a little bit. I went ahead and I uploaded this emote. It's a little ooh-woo emote. You like that? And then for tier 3, I uploaded one. I'm waiting to get it approved though. I uploaded another one that it's a gold star and it says you tried. You tried. All right. Well, let's see. Where are we again? That's right. So, the last time we were together, a murder had occurred, right? We had gone up to the shrine town village where our friend Maya is living, right? And we remember Maya from the last game. So Maya's living in this village as a spirit medium. She's sort of the head honcho of the whole situation now because she's from the main family of this long line of mediums, right? But there's other branch family members, she says. And so we meet some of those folks. And shortly after we've met everyone, a murder occurs at this place. So now we're sort of going around and investigating the aftermath, trying to locate witnesses and clues to indicate who may have perpetrated this offense, right? So let's see. I think the last time we were together, we talked to Eeny Meeny, right? Who was sort of this peppy, red-haired gal. So we talked to her. We went back to this hallway here. I think we ran into Pearl for about 2 seconds, and when we asked her a question, she left. She made a beeline out of there. So that's a little odd, but she's a little girl, so we're not going to hold it against her. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and move back to the meditation room for now. Oh, dear madam, you have such impeccable timing. Like, what's all the buzz? All right, everyone, listen up. You too, pal. I'm going to give you all a brief update. Oh, good. Right now, it looks like the investigation's not going to be done until real late. That is a terrible shame. I propose that everyone sleep here under the roof of the Fey Manor tonight. Mm-hmm. Let's all stay here. What a mess. I can't believe how crazy this day turned out. Maya was arrested and taken away by the police. Yes, that's right, because Maya was the only person who was in the room with the victim at the time of the murder, as far as we know. Right? This game's crazy. I didn't check the ceiling. Maybe someone was up on the ceiling like Spider-Man. And I don't see myself getting any sleep tonight. Bright and early, 8 a.m. Ooh, morning. I guess I must have nodded off at some point. I hope Maya's okay. I should hurry and get to the detention center ASAP. That's right. Oh, it just takes us there. It doesn't even tell us, okay, now's your turn to press the buttons. It just took us there. Nick! Hi! Maya! What am I gonna do? I never imagined it would turn out like this. Calm down, Maya. Take deep breaths. Come to think of it, the first time I met her, it all started right here in this detention center. I finally get to see you again, and it's not your fault. You didn't do it. No, I did it. I killed that person. But that wasn't you. It doesn't matter. It might as well have been me. I was too weak, and I couldn't control the spirit's powers, so I don't want to bring up the case quite yet, but you don't have to be nice to me. I understand. Aw, poor Maya. Well, let's talk to her and ask her a little bit about, how about the channeling? So, you're the master of something of the Kurain School of Channeling? Actually, my mother is for now. But since that title is passed from mother to daughter, I guess I will be someday. But many people think that channeling isn't real, that it's all just an act. You believe in us, don't you? Yeah, because I've seen it with my own eyes. When Maya's channeling a spirit, not only her voice, but her whole physical appearance changes. It's a supernatural phenomenon that occurs every time. Yikes. It happened this time, too. Dr. Gray said that he wanted to call the nurse, so Maya's body must have taken on that nurse's appearance. What happened? Yeah, what exactly happened in the channeling chamber? I went into that room with Dr. Gray, locked the door, and sat down across from him. Okay. We closed our eyes and I began the channeling. This is sounding kind of creepy, like the beginning of a scary story. Well, Phoenix, it is a scary story. Someone's gonna die in this story. And that's the last thing I remember. So she really doesn't remember what happened at all. What? After a spirit comes into my body, I lose myself, my consciousness. Then you don't remember a single thing? When I came to, I was being held in my aunt's arms. And there was blood all over my clothes. Oh, but I do remember having a dream. A dream? Yeah, tell me about your dream. What kind of dream did you have while you were channeling? I can't remember it all that well, but I was dead and buried in the ground. I couldn't move, and it was unbearable, really suffocating. It went something like that. I see. I have no idea what to say to that. There was a really familiar smell, too. Under the ground? Yeah, I can't quite place it, but I know I've smelled that same scent before. I guess this is about all the information I'm gonna gather for the day. All right, well, so she doesn't really have anything to tell us, huh? I'll be back later, Maya. In the meantime, please make sure you prepare it, okay? Huh? It? What is it? The document requesting me to be your attorney, of course. But what's wrong? Are you sure? I mean, I'm guilty. I'm a murderer. No one's decided that yet. But I did. I killed that person with these 2 hands. That's enough, Maya. It's hopeless. If you defend me, you'll lose, I'm sure. Stop it. Help me. Nick, help me. I'm scared. Don't worry, I will. When is the trial? It sounds like tomorrow. As usual, 0 prep time. All right, I'm going now. Wait. This jewel. This is called a Magatama. It's a magical charm, and it's always protected me. Give this to Pearlie, and I'm sure she'll lend you her spiritual powers. Oh man, so we gotta work with her little cousin Pearl. We gotta bring this to Pearl first, huh? Slightly translucent, it's small, but it has a deep, profound aura about it. Alright, well. We have the options to go back to our office or the Kurain village, huh? I wonder if there's anything for us in our own office. Let's go to the office. Okay. There's some dialogue, so that's always a good sign. Phew, it feels like I've been gone forever. But it's only been 1 day. Oh, that's right. Where's that newspaper Dr. Bray brought the other day? Ah, here it is, right on top of my desk. Oh, this is very handy. I don't even have to look around for anything. This is the only thing he left behind that's going to be of any help. Alright, so newspaper clipping 1. 1 year ago, on May 2nd, 14 patients died from malpractice at Gray Surgical Clinic. Alright, well, let's take a closer look if we can. Nope, there's nothing we can do with this clipping for now. It just says that a bunch of people died. So maybe this is going to be used for motive at some point in the story, right? So let's hang on to that for now. Nothing we can do with Maya's Magatama. The guide map to Fey Manor we can interact with, but there's really not a lot happening here. Then, of course, we've got our badge. Alright, let's go ahead then. I think we've done everything we can do here. And head to the village. We gotta find Pearl, right? I have to save Maya, no matter what. It's her life on the line. What in the world happened in that room yesterday? Where is everybody? The meditation room nurtures all mediums young and old. Even mediums in training, I'd wager. But it's pretty deserted today. Probably because of the murder yesterday. Alright, well, it's pretty deserted, huh? Maybe this is a good time for me to poke around the scene of the crime. Maybe nobody's guarding it. It looks like Detective Gumshoe isn't here today. Aw, yeah! Time to investigate. Okay. I should take this chance and thoroughly check the room. You're right, Phoenix. If I'm lucky, I might uncover a clue or two. Oh, no. To scowl. Oh, Mr. Wright. Good morning. I'm on my way to go meet Mystic Maya. And I thought to bring her some items to make her feel more at home. Namely, tea so bitter you lose your tongue and jaw-droppingly large strawberry desserts. I'm sure Maya will be very grateful. That's Mystic Maya, good sir. Oh, she is one scary lady. And she is. Oh, dear, sweet Mystic Maya. Pearl wept constantly for you last night, as did I. I know it's important for me to search the site, but I should ask her some questions too while I have the chance. Alright, I guess we'll talk. I'd like to ask you a few questions about what happened yesterday. Do you mean that awful tragedy? Mm-hmm. That man murdered me. So I killed him. Maya? Step away from there. Please leave this area to me. Go quickly and inform the police. What happened here in this room after I left? Well, first I struck Mystic Maya on the head. To make her go unconscious, correct? That is correct. Next, I performed the spirit severing technique. Spirit severing technique. The spirit of that nurse was inside of Mystic Maya's body. I used the technique to send the nurse's spirit back to the other world. I wonder if this kind of testimony is even admissible in a court of law. By the way, what is this room exactly? The channeling chamber? This room was created for the sole purpose of preventing such a tragedy as yesterday. What do you mean? Sometimes, when an inexperienced medium calls an especially strong spirit, that spirit may become violent and revolt, as you witnessed yesterday. Revolt? But how? When a spirit enters a medium's body, she loses her will and herself steps aside. To put it another way, the spirit is borrowing the medium's body, good sir. But isn't that extremely dangerous? An experienced medium has little problem controlling a spirit. But Maya, I mean Mystic Maya, that was her first channeling. And that was why I insisted on locking the door. However, I never thought that would be calling danger upon the client himself. I am grateful that one of our heirlooms was not damaged in the horrible incident. And that would be? That folding screen there. It is the Kurain sacred writings. Along with the Kurain sacred urn, they are this village's most treasured possessions. Wow, really? Okay. If I ever found out that something had happened to either one... Oh, the humanity. Odd for her to be worrying about the folding screen at a time like this. Yes, your niece is in jail for being held on suspicion of murder right now. Aren't you worried about that? I guess this isn't just some old Dilapidated screen after all. Yeah, I guess it is important. So, how is Pearl today? Mr. Wright? Yes? In this world, Pearl is my most treasured possession. When compared to even Mystic Maya, Pearl has the spiritual power to become a master. Okay, so her daughter, she says, has the potential to become as powerful or maybe even more powerful than Mystic Maya, huh? That's very impressive. Until now, the women of the Branch family have thought themselves to be inferior. But Pearl is different. Her spiritual strength is so great, it's even greater than some of the main family. Ooh, wait a minute. Yes, Pearl is a channeling prodigy and is the pride of the Branch family. Wow, she is really touchy about Pearl and comparing Pearl to Maya. Wow, she's really fired up now. In any case, our world is so different from yours. Perhaps it is best for you to quit, good sir. Quit? Quit what? He wants me to quit. Alright, whatever, dude. Haters gonna hate. So let's take a look here. Man, there's blood all over the screen. There's blood all over this room, really. Well, okay, let's see. Is there anything we can look at? This wall over here? There's some empty space behind the folding screen. The light of the candles can't reach back there, so it's completely dark. I hope no one is hiding back there. I wonder if anyone was hiding back there during the murder, huh? This is bringing our attention to the folding screen again and again. It's a beautiful and expensive folding screen. It also looks quite old. There seems to be some sort of sacred text written on it, but I can't read it. This is... It's a hole. Could this have been made by a bullet? Oh, there's a hole in the screen here. Ah, new info. Okay. About 8 inches off the ground is a small hole that looks like a bullet hole. Well then, I do believe it is time for me to take my leave. Alright, please tell Maya I said hi. What was that? I mean, Mystic Maya. I will tell her. Whew. Alright, well let's see if there's anything else we can look at. I guess this is an altar. Whatever it is, it feels very important. A mirror-like object with a cloudy reflective surface. And some branches of a sacred tree have been set in a predetermined arrangement. I guess they're used during the channeling. Alright, well, where's the blood? Let's look at the blood stain here. This is where the medium sits, I assume. There are 4 panels of this flooring. The straw on the flooring feels a little damp, probably from the humidity in the air. No matter what I do, my eyes keep getting drawn to the pool of blood in the center here. Alright, so there's blood. Anything else? We've just got the door, I guess. The meditation room is on the other side of this very heavy-looking door. The lock on it is broken. Well, because I broke it. It doesn't seem possible, but I managed to break it pretty badly. When we want to do something bad enough, people can do the most amazing things. You know what? That's the truth. When we want to do something bad enough. It's not always a good thing, though. Alright. I think we have looked at everything there is to look at here. So let's move on back to the meditation room. We still need to find Pearl. Maybe if we go to the winding way? We might run into her or someone. Little Pearl isn't here today. Maybe she's at school? I don't know if she's gonna be at school. Check out the side room. Someone sleep in there? Oh, hey! Like, you're that guy from yesterday. The, dentist guy? No, I'm a lawyer. That's right. Mr. Smith, Esquire. That's right. Wait, I mean, you're wrong. My name is Wright. Smith. Wright. Well, I got, like, 3 letters at least. I don't think she gets the point. Anyway, why are you here? So, like, I study this thing called parapsychology at this college, and, you told me about that yesterday. The sesame allergy, too. What I'd really like to know is why you're still here today. Oh, so, like, that's what you meant. Like, you should have been more, like, clear about it. Sorry, my bad. No, it's okay. Like, it's really... That's it? Why'd you stop mid-sentence? Did I? So, like, what was I talking about again? If Lotta ever wanted another genuine mysterious phenomenon, it's right here. Alright, well, let's ask her some questions. So, why are you still here today? Like, there's so much for me to, like, study here. Like what? Like, the medium's training, or like, how they inherit their spiritual power? I suppose. This village is the real thing, after all. So, like, I asked if I could stay here for, like, a little longer. She sure seems like the carefree type, at least on the surface. Have you heard about the murder? It's, like, totally scary. She says, with a silly smile plastered on her face. So, do you know anything about it that might help? Somehow I don't think she has a grip on reality, let alone what's going on here. About the victim, Dr. Gray. I don't know who you're talking about. Like, wait, I think you asked about him, like, yesterday, too. That's right. Her reaction yesterday when I asked was... You and Dr. Gray knew each other, right? I don't know any Dr. Gray. Oh, really? And what was all that talk about him earlier? Huh? Well, like, a long, long time ago, I was, like, a patient, yeah. Mm-hmm. Sounds pretty sus to me. Okay, she is definitely hiding something from me. Like, is something wrong? Something is wrong. Well, let's see if we can investigate further. Is there something new behind her here? I don't remember there being an object right behind her. Let's take a look here. Yeah, this box here in the foreground. I don't remember this before. Now where did this box come from? I'm sure this wasn't here last night. Yeah, that's right, Phoenix. We're on the same wavelength, dude. It looks like a box for storing clothes, but it's pretty big for just clothes. It's mostly empty, but a few folded pieces of channeling costumes sit at the bottom. Okay. Probably gonna become important later. All this appears to be the same stuff as last time. Alright. well, she's not gonna help us very much. Guess we gotta go back out to the meditation room. Oh, hey, there's Pearl. Ack! You surprised me. And how are you today? I guess she isn't open to friendly chatting. Huh? She's still holding something in her hand. It looks like the same thing she had yesterday. Alright, well, I think what we need to do is we need to give her Maya's Magatama, because that's what Maya told us to do, to give this to Pearl, and Pearl would help us, right? Oh yeah, Maya said to give this to you. Oh, she's crying. Ah, I'm in trouble now. If Morgan sees us like this, I'll be the next one they're channeling. That's Mystic Maya's. Huh? She actually spoke. Who are you? I'm Phoenix Wright. I, worked with Maya. You worked with Mystic Maya? You're Mr. Nick, right? Excuse me? I bet I know who she picked Nick up from. I know who you are. You're Mystic Maya's special someone. Oh. I don't know that it's quite like that, Pearl. What? So then, of course, you're gonna help Mystic Maya, aren't you? That's what you're gonna do, right? Well, yeah, I will. Oh wow, it's like a beautiful fairy tale. That earnest look shining brightly in your eyes, it must be true love. What? Why am I being boiled into a bright red lobster by this little kid? I'm so jealous of Mystic Maya. What a wonderful relationship. Wait, I mean, things aren't like... I can tell you're a good person. Alright, Mr. Nick. I may be small, but I'm gonna help you in any way I can. Alright. Sounds good. Well, at least she's talking to us now. Even if she thinks that we're in a relationship with her cousin, we are not. Earl, are you friends with Maya? I feel very grateful to be friends with her. She's so great. I want to be like Mystic Maya when I grow up. I really look up to her. Wow, I had no idea Maya was so revered. Usually when people don't use Mystic Maya's title, I get mad. Oh, sorry. But if it's you, Mr. Nick, then it's okay. Because you're special to her. Where in the world did she get an idea like that? By the way, this may be rude, but which channeling school are you from? Which channeling school? Yes, for example, I study the Kurain technique. Ah, I get it. No. I'm a lawyer. A lawyer. Lawyer? Yep. Is that related to spirit mediums in any way? None that I know of. Wait, are you telling me you don't know what a lawyer is? I'm sorry, but I have no idea. Maya did say Pearl doesn't know much about the outside world. So what's that you've got there, Pearl? Oh, this? I found it yesterday. If if you want it, I can give it to you. Yes, right? Alright, well, if you really want to give it to me.
You look like a child at a toy store, Mr. Nick.
She not only speaks in a refined manner, but laughs in one too. Okay, an old steel key. A green jewel is set in the center of the key's grip. Mr. Nick? Yes, Pearls? I can call you that, right? You're too cute to just call you Pearl. Sure, Mr. Nick. Are you sure it's okay for me to have this Magatama? Yeah, it's okay. I was told to give it to you.
But I can't accept something like this.
All I really should do is charge this Magatama with spiritual energy. Spiritual energy?
Please, take this. I'm sure it will be helpful.
What do you mean?
It will let you see people's secrets.
See people's secrets?
Yes. It's all right with you. I would like to accompany you for a little while. I can explain the Magatama's power to you when we meet someone hiding a secret.
Oh. This sounds like something that would be very helpful to us as an attorney, because we quite often encounter people that aren't telling us the truth. All right, well, I guess let's move back to the meditation room then, right? Who's here? Hey, it's Gumshoe.
Hey, it's you, pal.
So you're gonna be her lawyer, I bet.
Yes.
Oh. I really feel bad for you, pal. Just this once, I wish I could be on your side. Detective Gumshoe. Yeah, but I shouldn't be saying that kind of stuff to you. Hey, you're a cute kid. I'm not scary, honest. Wow, I never knew Gumshoe liked kids. Hey, I know. I'll show you something cool. How's this? It's a real, genuine pistol. No, dude. Detective Gumshoe, what are you doing showing her something that dangerous? Oh, sorry. What about Maya and the charges against her? I don't think you can win, pal. If you're talking about proof, we've got a few pieces. You've got proof? Yeah, pal. That puffy-haired photographer is going to testify tomorrow. Ah, so he's talking about, of course, Lotta Hart, who we met on a prior mission, right? In the last game. He must be talking about Lotta. Actually, speaking of Lotta, I took some hot pictures earlier. Huh? Remember? I took some pictures at the murder scene inside. Oh, wow. Yeah. Lotta's hot pictures. I wonder what her camera captured. Besides, you must have realized by now, pal. There's no way anyone other than Maya Fey could have done it. Hmm? What am I supposed to say to Pearls now? About Dr. Gray. The victim wasn't super famous, but people still knew who he was. His face was all over those tabloid shows last year. Yeah, I know. I was looking through some newspapers from last year and... Huh? I could have sworn I had cut an article out, but I guess I must have lost it. He's searching through his pockets, and boy, are those big. It looked really interesting, too. Hey, do you have a copy, pal? A copy of that article? Oh, we might. I think Dr. Gray might have brought a copy to the office when he came by. let's go ahead and show him. Hold on. This newspaper clipping, right? Dr. Bray brought this over to my office the other day, and... Hey, it's that news story. The one about the malpractice suit. 14 patients died, and it caused a huge stink. Yeah, but that's not all, pal. Things only got worse after that. You mean the car accident the nurse died in? Oh, here we go. I brought my own clipping with me today. Here, pal, this is for you. All right, thanks. Mimi Miney, or Mimi Meanie, a nurse at Gray Surgical Clinic, died after falling asleep at the wheel. All right, well, maybe she's related to Eenie Meanie, right? They got the same last name. I don't know. I don't really believe in coincidence when it comes to this game. This is very sus. Okay. We can't really interact with these things anymore. Let's go back. All right, let's talk some more then. About Maya's trial tomorrow. I've got 2 pieces of news for you, pal. 2? Yeah, bad news and even worse news. So which do you want to hear first? I don't want to hear any bad news. I don't really care. It doesn't change the fact that I'm not gonna like it. Alright, pal. Well, the prosecutor for the trial is Prosecutor Von Karma. What? Von Karma? Uh-oh, not this dude. Not Mr. No. Manfred Von Karma. He was an awe-inspiring veteran prosecutor. He never lost a case in the 40 years of his career, and he raised a fearsome disciple. The horrible aftertaste of the evil he force-fed me is something I'll never forget. Yeah, it was pretty intense. Wait a sec. But didn't Von Karma stand trial and... That's where the other piece of bad news comes in. The Von Karma you're facing tomorrow is actually his successor. Successor? So, who is this successor to Von Karma? Literally, pal, it's Prosecutor Von Karma's kid. His kid became a prosecutor real young, like 13, and hasn't lost a trial since. That is insane! A 13-year-old criminal prosecutor? And they've won this entire time. That's crazy. Okay. That's what they call a prodigy, pal. Kid, huh? Wait a sec. 13? The kid became a prosecutor at the age of 13? Yeah, WTF indeed. I mean, a prodigy like that, I would have heard something about. Oh, no. The kid was born and raised in Germany, pal. That country's got a lot of stuff and is a great place to develop a person's talents. Germany, huh? That's probably why I never heard of this person. Ugh. Still, all it takes is someone mentioning the name Von Karma. And I get terrible flashbacks to that case. Stop it. Get a grip on yourself, Phoenix. None of that matters anymore, now that he's gone. Yeah, we can't let this whole situation psych us out. Alright, well, I think this dude has told us everything he can. Wonder what happens if we show him this folding screen. Will he do anything? Oh, I'd better shut my mouth. What? I'm not gonna give you any information about evidence, pal. Oh. Alright, well, we're not gonna be talking about it then. Let's go ahead and move on then. Anything here? No one's here. Okay. Anything in the side room? Ooh. Oh. There's Eenie again. Hello again. You seem to be seeing a lot of each other today. Aw, she's like totally cute. Is she like your daughter? What? No! How old do you think I am? Okay. Let's talk about the victim. I want to ask you about the victim, Dr. Gray. I, like, totally don't know him. Oh. What's... Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! What's all this? Okay, alright. Ack! What's that?
You can see it, can't you, Mr. Nick?
You can see the lock on that person's heart. Huh? What?
This is the power of the Magatama. Only you can see these psych locks, Mr. Nick.
Oh, maybe it's Psyche. Psyche locks, huh?
The more someone wants to hide their secret, the more locks you will see. If it's only one, I think you can easily unlock it.
Unlock? But how?
Please use Mystic Maya's Magatama on this person. And let's remove the lock.
She's rolling up her sleeves there. I have no idea what she's talking about, but guess I'll give it a try.
You must be careful though, Mr. Nick. If you make a mistake, it will hurt you. If you don't think you have the proof you need, you must have the courage to stop.
Well, I've got to start somewhere. Let's give the Psyche lock thing a try. I'm gonna ask you again. Did you know Dr. Gray?
I totally don't know that guy. Like, you're totally more persistent than a roach.
Mm-hmm. This girl's hiding something, I'm sure of it. I guess I have no choice but to remove this lock. Alright, so first, I have to use Maya's Magatama. Let's present the Magatama. Okay, so this starts us in some kind of a mode like when we're questioning people in court, huh? Interesting. This must be the mechanic for this game. Eenie meenie. I believe you do know who Dr. Gray is. I told you, like, how many times do I, like, have to repeat myself? If you're, like, so totally sure, then where's, like, your proof? While it may be possible that you never actually met Dr. Gray in person, I do believe you might have at least indirectly known of him.
Like, what do you mean, like, indirectly?
I should try to show that the possibility existed, for now. So something that shows a possible connection between Eenie and Dr. Gray. This here, right? They have the same last name. She was working at his clinic. Let's present this. Take a look at this newspaper clipping.
Like, what is it? A story about an accident?
Please read the victim's name.
Mimi Meanie.
Meanie is a pretty rare last name, wouldn't you say? Miss Mimi Meanie wouldn't happen to be a relative of yours, would she?
So you noticed. She was my older sister.
I'm sorry about your loss. Your sister, was she a nurse, perhaps at Dr. Gray's surgical clinic? Gray Surgical Clinic. I don't think I need to tell you that the clinic was run by the victim, Dr. Turner Gray. Which is how you knew of Dr. Gray. You knew him through your sister. All right, successful unlocking here. Okay, so tell us what happened. Please, tell me all you know about Dr. Gray. My sister's name was Mimi Meanie. She was, like, a nurse at Dr. Gray's clinic. That's what I thought. I heard that, like, Dr. Gray was really tough on people. Like, a total slave driver. My sis was, like, always coming home totally wiped out because she was overworked. Wiped out? So is that why she fell asleep at the wheel? That guy, like, drove my sis so hard, so, like, that's why the accident happened. The one where 14 patients died from malpractice? Yeah, like, I think that was the doctor's fault too. My sis was pushed by, like, everyone's expectations and, like, her duties and stuff. And that pushed her to her death. Oh, I'm sorry. So, like, are we done? I've, like, already told my story to, like, everyone. Do you understand now, Mr. Nick? This is how a psyche lock works. Well, I don't plan to pry into people's hearts unless I absolutely need to. The lock this time was pretty easy, but you might meet people who aren't as willing to give in later on. If you don't have enough proof, be careful and know when to stop trying. Okay. Is there anyone else here? Let's move around. Gumshoe is still here. We go in the channeling chamber. Doesn't look like anything's changed in here. Alright, let's go back to the village. Mr. Nick? What's wrong? I have never left Karain Village. Really? Wow, that's, pretty amazing. You are going to meet with Mystic Maya, aren't you? Please tell her I said hi. Hey, wait! She ran off. Again. Well, I know Eni's secret now, but I still don't have any idea how I'm going to save Maya. I don't even know if I should go in there with a smile or a straight face. Alright, well, let's go see Maya at the detention center. What am I supposed to do? I'm almost out of time. Can I really do anything? Can I really save her? Sorry to keep you waiting. Huh? Must be Maya. It's been a long time, hasn't it, Phoenix? That voice. Oh my god, it's Mia! Mia, of course, was our former boss who ran the law offices we work in. And then she was murdered, so she actually is a ghost. What is she doing here? Mia? Even without me being here, it looks like you've learned to stand on your own. Mia. She's Maya's older sister and my mentor. She was a top-notch defense lawyer, but a certain case forced her into retirement Yeah, pine box retirement. But whenever I'm in trouble, she comes to help, just like this. Her spirit comes back from the other world and borrows Maya's body for a bit. Man, it's a good thing that we know people that can channel the dead. Phoenix, you can't make that kind of face in front of your client. A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets, and especially when it's bad.
Mia.
You can't smile at the end if you haven't been smiling the whole way there.
In any case, the face you're making now is no face to show a client, Phoenix.
But? So tell me all about it. I'm gonna guess that my sister is in a lot of trouble again. I told her everything about what happened in the last 2 days. Mia closed her eyes, deep in thought, while she listened. I see. Mia, what am I supposed to do? It's pretty clear what a good lawyer does in this situation. And that is, tell me please. Believe in your convictions. And fight for the complete acquittal of your client. You think Maya's not guilty? How can you be so sure? I know she is, and I'll give you a hint as to why. Yes? Mediums can't have dreams. They can't? From what you told me, it sounds like Maya was having a dream while channeling. Yeah, she said she dreamt that she had died and had been buried in the ground. But that is impossible. You've heard it from her, I'm sure. When a medium channels, her own spirit disappears. Which means that it's impossible for her to dream during that time. Then, what does this mean? I think it's safe to bet that Maya was set up. A setup? It's up to you to blow the lid on this case tomorrow and show how she was set up. How am I supposed to prove her innocence when I have nothing to go on? If you're looking for a clue, it's already in your hands. It is? Just as it sounds, Phoenix, you already hold the key. Ah, so it must have something to do with the key that we got from Pearl, right? Really? Come on, show me the key to this case. The key, huh? Alright, I'll show it to her. The key I hold. Alright, well, let's present the black key to her, right? Mia, have you seen this key before? Ah, the key. It's literally the key to understanding everything that's happened in this case. This key? Phoenix, listen. Right now, that key is sitting in your hand. However, it shouldn't be. It contradicts the facts. What does she mean? I'm certain this key will be the piece of evidence that makes your case tomorrow. You already know everything you need to know. You know what the key to this case is. That is enough. But... How can I win tomorrow without knowing who the real murderer is? Who could have... I didn't know it at the time. But this day was going to end with a turn for the surprising. Does Mia have a secret? What is this? Mia? What? What's wrong? That's right. Only I can see the psyche locks. Which means Mia must know something about the real murderer. But for this to be something that she would hide under lock and key even from me? What in the world is going on? To be continued. Oh my goodness. Wow, well this was really unexpected. So we got a chance to see our old pal Mia, which is always nice. We always like seeing Mia. We also saw that Mia has a secret that she's hiding from us. 3 psyche locks. Wow, it must be something good. Let's save our progress. Alright, well, this has really been intriguing so far, revealing the new mechanic in this game, trying it out for the first time, and then immediately seeing that one of our allies has secrets that they're hiding from us. So we're in the defendant's lobby now. What? Prosecutor Von Karma? You mean... No, I heard it's his successor this time. Successor? Manfred Von Karma was a really sinister man. He pulled all sorts of nasty tricks. Also, he could win. He was a man obsessed with the word perfection. He had a perfect record for 40 long years. Who knows what sorts of dirty tricks he used to get each of those guilty verdicts. Yeah, he may have cheated. And now, his successor? I wonder what kind of person they will turn out to be. It's no good. Mystic Maya. Early. You showed up. Thanks for coming all this way.
I was really worried about you.
Hey, where's your mother? Didn't you two come together?
Mother is watching over the trainees. She said they have training for 2 days straight with no breaks.
Huh? Then you came all by yourself?
Yep, I snuck out of the manor and followed a map.
Don't tell me you walked all the way here.
Of course not. I ran.
I can't... Oh my. If it takes 2 hours by train. Oh man. Hurley, what about the train?
Huh? What's a train?
I give up.
It's time, isn't it?
I'm really scared. What if Von Karma tries to do something to me? At least I know Mr. Edgeworth would be nicer to me than Von Karma.
Mr. Edgeworth? Who is that?
He's Nick's rival. Well, he's also a friend. I still remember him as though I'd seen him only yesterday. Oh man, let's linger. Let's linger a little bit. There's our boy, Edgeworth. Looking fine as ever. Alright. Every trial was a scorchingly fierce battle until the very end. It was always back and forth with them. But when you're rivals for life... Maya. Please don't mention that name ever again. Huh? But why, Nick? I'm sorry, Maya. I forgot, you don't know. He's gone. And he's not coming back. What? Wait a second. What's that supposed to mean? Court will commence shortly. Please proceed into the courtroom. Let's go. Now's not the time to talk about that anyway. Nick? Oh, man. Alright, well, time to get into the courtroom, right?
Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fey. Oh hey, it's D-Bone! How you doing today? Happy Friday! Yeah, I put a new chat font up there. You like it? Are the prosecution and the defense prepared? What is with this kid? Mr. Wright, are you prepared? Huh? Yes, Your Honor. Why does he always seem mad at me? Mr. Phoenix Wright? You must be a little shocked because I am a woman, correct? Hold on, so she's the famed successor to Prosecutor von Karma? I am Franziska von Karma, the prodigy. I see. I gave up a promising career in Germany and came to this country for one sole reason. Revenge. Oh man, is that a whip? Yikes. Revenge? Is this about her father, Manfred von Karma? If it's something of a personal nature, I'm sure you can... Oh, ow! I'm talking. Whoa. If you interrupt again, my whip will do the speaking for me. Did she just whip the judge? Wow, this lady scares me. Please speak with your mouth like a normal person, I beg of you. Yow! Make no mistake, I will defeat you. Prepare to go down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Prosecutor von Karma, your opening statement, please. Those of von Karma blood have only one fate, and that is perfection. The defendant Maya Fey will find no escape from her guilt on my watch. Very well. What is the defense's position? Your Honor. Does the defense wish to enter a plea of not guilty? Yes. Foolish fool who foolishly dreams of foolish dreams. 10 minutes. I give the defense 10 minutes before it changes its plea. That's right. I'll have you running for the justified self-defense plea in no time. Justified self-defense? A plea usually reserved for when a person unintentionally kills in defense of themselves. We could very easily make a solid case that it was self-defense, but... Oh, hi! The Awesome Eagle Gaming. Oh, hi, how are you? Happy Friday! You followed me because you follow K-Katanica, right? Well, it's nice to see you stop by. Welcome. The defense stands by the plea of not guilty, Your Honor. Because to plead justified self-defense is to say you did kill someone. Oh, we don't want to do that. You doing great so far? How is Ace Attorney? Oh man, this is really fun. So, this is the second game in the trilogy, and of course there's many more than 3 Phoenix Wright games. There's somewhere like 10 or 12 of these games, right? So this is the second one out of the trilogy. We played the first one about a month ago, a little over a month ago. And this is a lot of fun because it has a new mechanic in the game where you can see through people's deception. So we just learned how to use that ability a few minutes ago. And here we are, our first time in court, facing off against the new Prosecutor von Karma. And she's calling us a fool. So it sounds like it's about par for the course. How foolish. If that's how you want to play it, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I shall now call the first witness. She's just as scary as her father. Like father, like daughter, I suppose. Alright, D-Bone, you may be back later, but you can send me that Maya animation you told me about last stream. Oh yeah, I know there was something you wanted to show me, so yeah, I'd love to see that. Witness, your name and occupation? Yes, sir. My name is Dick Gumshoe. I'm a detective at the local precinct. Ooh. Get to the point already. What, he answered your question. Why are you so mean? Explain to the court the details of this murder. Yes, sir. If everyone would please look at this map. Okay. The channeling chamber has no windows and the door was locked shut. At the time of the murder, only the victim and the defendant were in the room. What were they doing in there? They were channeling a spirit, sir. Yes, I know she asked a question. And he gave the answer, a direct answer to the question, right? And she still whipped him because he didn't know that she wanted all this extra info. So, Gumshoe, you better spill your guts. This gal's gonna beat you. Channeling a spirit? That's quite the look of disbelief there, Your Honor. Anyway, a few minutes after the channeling started, gunshots were heard coming from inside the room, sir. A few of the witnesses broke the door down and rushed into the room. Ah, and that's where they found the victim was already dead, correct? I believe this is one of the most open and shut cases I have ever presided over. Don't pass judgment yet, dude. I haven't even said anything. That's not fair. You gotta give me a chance. Alright, so we have the floor plans to the crime scene. So, how was the victim killed? Let's take a peek at those floor plans first, though. Oh, we can look at them. Alright, so this does look pretty much like the room that we were in. This is where the mirror is, and there's some branches that are in the room, a folding screen, and there are candles sort of placed everywhere, and then these 4 panels on the ground, right? They kept mentioning that when we were looking at it earlier. Okay. So, how was the victim killed? I was about to get to that. Stop wasting my time, then. Oh, jeez. Tough gal. The direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead, sir. The shot was fired from point-blank range. But before the victim was shot, sir, he was stabbed in the chest. The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. Alright, so this poor guy, he was stabbed in the chest, right? And then somebody shot him in the head. Wow, that's a lot. Okay. The murderer used the pistol to finish the victim off after the stabbing. So the victim was stabbed before being shot. This is the victim's autopsy report, sir. Okay, after being stabbed in the chest, he was shot in the forehead at point blank. Yeah, okay. The court accepts it into evidence. Mr. Wright, you may question the witness. Wow, I'm not really sure what to do yet. Maybe we'll just keep asking him for more details until something kind of presents itself as strange. The direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead, sir. The murder weapon, Detective Gumshoe. Whose pistol was it? That's right, so if this person was shot, was there a gun recovered at the scene of the crime? It was the victims. Oh, so Dr. Gray had a gun. The victim? Now, why would he have... Why would he have a pistol? Who cares? I care? Me right here, I care. It seems odd. The point that you are missing is whose fingerprints are on that pistol. If you're not already paying attention to that, then I suggest you start. Fingerprints? There were fingerprints? Along with the victims, the defendant Maya Faye's were also on the grip, sir. Oh no! So our client's fingerprints were on the grip of the murder weapon, a pistol belonging to the victim. How did we even get this gun? This is not making any sense. Alright, So the defendant's fingerprints were left on the murder weapon. Ah, I walked right into her hands there. The shot was fired from point-blank range. How do we know that? Point blank, huh? So, about how far away is that? It's anywhere between 12 to 20 inches away, so it was about, let's see. I'm gonna pick up both my hands today. 1, 2. But it won't work together, huh? There we go. All right, so it's about that far away. That's pretty close. That is pretty close. You're face to face, right? And how do you know he was shot at point blank? Tisk tisk, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Oh, so she did pick something up from her father. He liked to do that too. He liked to do the no, no, no. I grow tired of the foolish foolery of the foolish fools of this foolish country. Well, I pity the fool, personally. Excuse me? Gunpowder burn. Gunpowder burn? When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. And of course she's right. Gunpowder exploding is what makes a bullet fire, and that gets real hot, pal. And there were definitely some gunpowder burns left on the victim's forehead. Wow, never knew that. Live and learn, I guess. Oh, Rizo, how are you? Happy Friday. You back again, huh? Yeah. I thought it was strange to hear the sound effect when there was no realization quite yet. Yes, but before the victim was shot, sir, he was stabbed in the chest. Stabbed in the chest? Oh, you just had dinner. Yeah, you know what? I was taking a nap before I started the stream, so I forgot to eat dinner myself. I guess I'll have to eat afterwards. Stabbed. And what was he stabbed with? A fruit knife. A fruit knife? I see. And whose knife was it? It looks like it belongs to the Fays, sir. And of course, Maya Faye's fingerprints are all over it. All over it, huh? This does not look good. Ha ha ha! That's right. What will you do now, Mr. Phoenix Wright? The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. Yeah, I'd say as far as a murder weapon goes, a fruit knife is probably not ideal. I'm guessing it's not a better weapon than, say, some sort of butcher knife or cleaver or something like this, right? The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. How do we know? How severe was the wound? If it had been a half-inch more to the right, it would have hit the victim's heart. Why a fruit knife, though? Yes, exactly, Eagle. You bring up a very important point. After a stab like that, it's impossible to fight back, let alone stand. His testimony makes it sound like Maya had stabbed him with the intent to kill. The murderer used the pistol to finish the victim off after the stabbing. Are you sure he was stabbed first, then shot? Yep, sure as sure can be. One look at the wounds and you'd come to the same conclusion too, pal. A fool is a fool who will only listen to the foolish opinions of other foolish fools. A pistol shot to the forehead at point blank is certainly enough to kill instantly. Well, if she had the gun, why not just shoot him in the forehead, right? Why did she have to stab him too? It seems a little extra. To stab and then shoot. Does it matter then which was first? Think a little more before you open that big mouth of yours, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What a pain. The detective and you smell smoke from a mile away, huh? Yeah, this is all very suspicious, right? 'Cause if she was using a fruit knife as her primary weapon, it seems that if she didn't kill with the first stab, she might have just kept stabbing, right? But instead she pulls out a gun, his gun, by the way. It's all very sus. That's enough. We have clearly established how the victim was murdered. I brought the 2 murder weapons with me today. Oh, good. So we can see the knife, the fruit knife, and the gun. Yeah, it's a little too convenient. I don't believe in coincidences. How about you? Very well. The court accepts them into evidence. Okay, so we have a pistol. Murder weapon was Gray's. 2 shots were fired. Wait a minute, 2 shots? Why 2 shots? Only one went into the forehead of this individual, right? Only one bullet went into Gray's head. Is the other shot perhaps what went through the screen? How would that have happened? Okay. 2 shots fired. Bears Maya's and Gray's fingerprints. Yeah, it's all suspicious, right? Okay, here's the knife, murder weapon. A small fruit knife. Belongs to the Fays. Bears Maya's fingerprints. Okay. See, this really seems extra. Why would you use a small knife to kill someone if it was your intent? And if you had a gun. The date and time of death was June 19th at 3:15 p.m. Eyewitnesses claim to have heard 2 gunshots at this time. And 2 murder weapons, both with the defendant's fingerprints on them, huh? This does seem like an open and shut case. Come on, Judge, you can't be biased against us already. Come on. Naturally. This is going from bad to worse. Hey, Virtue, thank you so much for the 5 bits. Oh, those corgis are so cute, too. Oh my gosh. Oh, we need all the help we can get here, huh? This is going from bad to worse. As if the summary just now wasn't oversimplifying things to the extreme. Your Honor, feel free to slam that little gavel of yours. After all, there is no room left for doubt, is there? That is quite true, Mr. Wright. Yes? Yeah, can we refile for a non-biased judge? I know this guy is always biased against us. Even though we constantly have these Perry Mason moments in court where the person on the stand testifying against our client turns out to be the real murderer, and we're able to like point this out and explain. But yet the judge is still biased against us. Man, is he out for justice or what? Yes? Even in the face of all this, do you still wish to plead not guilty? It's the opinion of this court that if you do not adjust your plea, you stand to lose. See, just as I promised, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Would you change your plea in less than 10 minutes? What will you do, Mr. Wright? Will you change to justified self-defense? Because now would be the time to do so. This is your final chance. Oh gosh. This is a huge decision. I better think this through all the way. Well, didn't Mia tell us the only thing that we could do is plead not guilty and completely exonerate her sister? This feels a little like a trap to try to plead justified self-defense. Nah, I think this has got to be one of those moments, right? Where you gotta believe in yourself and you gotta believe in your client. We're gonna plead not guilty, Your Honor. If we plead justified self-defense, we would basically be confessing to murder. Yeah, exactly, Eagle. We can't say that because that's basically saying, yeah, we did it. After the trial, Maya's life would be ruined, and she'd be labeled a murderer. I can't let that happen. Your Honor, have you reached a conclusion, Mr. Wright? The defense will not change its plea. We will accept nothing short of a complete acquittal. You have sealed your fate, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Detective. Yes, sir? Present the final portion of your testimony. The final strike. Yes, sir. The final portion? Now, see here. Proceedings are run by... Weak? Oh, yes, of course. Go ahead, detective, and give your testimony. I think the court would like to hear about the other piece of incriminating evidence. The final strike. Yeah, she keeps hitting us. When is it actually gonna be the final strike? Golly, she's assaulting us in open court. She's assaulting the judge. Sorry, pal, but there's an even more incriminating piece of evidence. This is the costume the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime. As you can see, it's covered in blood. The defendant attacked and killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. You were about to say that? Well, great minds think alike, don't they? We must be on the same wavelength today. So, this is the costume. There certainly is evidence of a back spray of blood on this. This piece directly links Maya Fey to the crime, sir. I see. This court accepts this into evidence. Maya's costume has been added to the court record. The clothes Maya was wearing at the time of the murder, there are blood spatters on it. All right, Mr. Wright. Can we look at any of this stuff closer? No? 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 All right, it just is what it is. Now, when they showed this costume just now, it looked like there was something strange on it. I just saw a very brief glimpse of something on one of the sleeves, but I didn't really get any detail. So I'm sort of wondering if there's something weird about this costume that we need to, like, manipulate it in some way, like turn it around. But now is not the time. We'll have to wait on that, I guess. All right, Mr. Wright. Maya's fingerprints on both murder weapons and blood spatters on her clothes? Did this situation get any worse? Yeah, you said it, Phoenix. I'm not sure it could get much worse than this, right? Yikes. All right, well. Ha! What's wrong? You seem to be at a loss. Yeah, just rub it in, will ya? I think this is the last piece of testimony the prosecution should have to offer. Feel free to sulk off with your tail between your legs, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Please stop calling me by my full name. It's disturbing. I know, it's like you're in trouble, Phoenix. Okay, more talking. Sorry, pal, but there's an even more incriminating piece of evidence. This is the costume the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime. As you can see, it's covered in blood. Well, did you do anything about that? Did you, like, test it, maybe? More details? This blood on the costume. Lab results show it was the victim's blood. Okay, so it was the victim's blood then. Okay. So there is blood from the victim on the defendant's clothes. Definitely not good. So, were there any other clues you could glean from this piece of evidence? Well, there's a little typo there. This should be glean, not gleam. But who's counting, right? Well... If you must change the topic, then the good detective here must testify again. But too bad, not enough time. Let's move on. Ah, yes, Ms. Von Karma is perfectly correct. Now even the judge is on her side. What do you mean now, Phoenix? The judge is always on the prosecution's side, it seems. Alright, but if I bite off more than I can chew here, what should I do? Well, let's press further. No guts, no glory, right? Why is Ms. Von Karma suddenly putting up a resistance? There must be a reason as to why she suddenly threw out an objection like that. There must be something about this costume. Yeah, see? See, they showed it again. Look, there looks like there's a spot on the left sleeve here. Do you see that? It's easy to miss it if you're looking at the blood. There's something weird about that left sleeve. I don't know if that's like a stain or if it's damaged or something. There must be something about this costume. A second shot? Oh yeah, that's right, because there were two shots, right? And one went into the head of the victim, and the other went somewhere else. And we did already find that that folding screen that was in the room, it does have a bullet hole. So to me, that implies that one shot must have gone through Maya's costume she was wearing, and then through the screen, right? Because it couldn't have been the shot that went into the victim's forehead, because that went into his head, right? Would Maya have shot herself? Maybe Dr. Gray tried to shoot Maya for some reason. Yeah, this is all really strange. I just have to look harder. Mr. Wright, Ms. Von Karma's logic is perfect. There's no way for you to poke a hole in it. Looks like my time is up. So, about the costume. Yeah, there is one little thing. Your Honor. Actually, there is something very wrong with this piece of evidence. What? What are you talking about, pal? Where is this problem you're talking about? I've come this far. There's no turning back now. Yeah, you wouldn't say perfect, Judge. And maybe he's saying that. Yeah, he wants to stay on her good side. She keeps whipping him. The problem I have with this piece of evidence is here. Right here, right? Let's put the hand there, and then... I asked the court to please take a look at the sleeve of this costume. The sleeve? There's a tiny hole here. A hole? But that wasn't in the report. Hold on. What's this around the hole? It smells faintly of gunpowder. Gunpowder? No one ever told me. A hole that smells of gunpowder. It looks like I've found the hole I was looking for. Your Honor, the only logical conclusion you can make is that it must be a bullet hole. Yeah, Order, order, order! This is a very grave matter. It's best we correct the court record first before anything else. Alright, we've updated the costume and the court record. We can press the check button for more details now when we're looking in the court record, too. Sorry about that. I guess we messed up, sir. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at this here. We can check it. But there's nothing we can actually do to it quite yet. So I'm trying to see if it can be turned or moved around or anything like that. Not seeing anything yet. Sorry about that. I guess we messed up, sir. Can I look at other pieces of evidence? Yeah, I can. Let me go ahead and bring it up. Okay. So as always, we have our attorney's badge. Can we actually interact with any of this stuff, though? That's the question, right? So, newspaper clipping, there's nothing to clip on. You got a cat and dog ad? You're happy with this outcome? Yeah! I love it. I'll take puppies and kitties. A diagram of Fay Manor. Okay, this one we can interact with, but it doesn't really do too much, and we've sort of looked at this already. We have Maya's Magatama. There's no interaction there. And then the second newspaper clipping that we had, we already used this, though. Here's the folding screen, and this is what I was talking about with this folding screen. There's a hole here, 8 inches off the ground, that looks like a bullet hole. So what I think must have happened is someone must have been holding the gun and pointing at Maya. Now, I don't know if Maya's pointing at herself or if Dr. Gray's pointing at her or if there's somebody else in the room maybe, but you must have had somebody right next to her pointing at her, firing the gun, and the bullet goes through her sleeve and then through this folding screen as well, right? Because otherwise we'd have to account for 3 shots, but this gun was only fired twice. Yeah, this is quite complicated. Were Maya's prints on the gun? Yes, that's the thing. Maya's prints were found on the gun. And Gray's prints, right? So both of their prints were on the gun. Now, I'm not quite sure what was happening here with Maya's fingerprints. Gray's fingerprints, that makes sense if he's the owner of the gun, that his fingerprints were found on it, right? But it makes me wonder if Gray, perhaps, for some reason, he pulled the gun out, right? And he was pointing it at Maya and fired it. Maybe he fires the first shot, then she grabs the gun and shoots him in the head. I don't know. But the thing that I'm pretty sure of is that Maya did not shoot her own sleeve, because that doesn't make any sense. Why would you It'd be a weird angle too, right? Shooting through your own left sleeve.
Okay, well, we've got to keep examining the evidence, huh?
Or it's a struggle for the gun, and the doc got it back. You know, that's true. It could have been a struggle for the gun. So he pulls out the gun. He's pointing it at her. Oh, do you mean that he pulls the gun out, she grabs it from him, and in the struggle for Gray to grab it back from her, the gun fires? Or no. Oh, so you mean he pulls the gun out, he's pointing it at her. She freaks out, tries to grab the gun. Right? And in the fight over the gun, he pulls the trigger, fires it through her sleeve and through the screen. Yeah. Oh, that's really good. Oh, I like that. I like that solution. Okay. That seems to be like a good one for the shot that went through the screen. Now, the other shot, though, that's kind of the thing. I don't know that Gray would have grabbed the gun and then shot himself in the forehead. That seems a little strange. Yeah. Yeah, well, they're both pretty weird, honestly. Because why would he pull the gun out to begin with? Why would he brandish a weapon? He's visiting a spirit medium. He's contacting the spirits of the dead. What caused him to pull out a gun? Something odd is going on here. All right. Sorry about that. I guess we messed up, sir. It could be possible to argue that he thought he was already dead from the knife, but you don't know. Yeah, well, that's the other thing. Okay? So, did she stab him with the knife? This fruit knife, right? And then he pulled out the gun to shoot her? Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of violence here. Wait. Yeah, this really changes things, right? So she tries to stab him with the knife. Well, she does stab him with the knife, right? And then he brings out the gun? Or do you think he brings out the gun and then she brandishes the knife and stabs him? Ooh, there are a lot of ways this could have gone. We're gonna have to whittle down the possibilities a little bit here. The shock of it changed the angle of the trajectory for an impossible shot to the head. Yeah, well, because it seems like the two of them were probably face to face with one another, right? And you have him aiming at her. The question is this before or after he's stabbed, right? Okay, we need some more details. There's not enough info here for us to solve the problem. No. Yeah, they only said a point-blank shot is right. So he was shot point-blank in the forehead, right? You're right, we don't know the angle of the shot. And then the sleeve of this outfit that Maya was wearing, it smells like gunpowder. So whoever shot her or shot through the costume had to be close to the costume, right? So that's how we know that the bullet didn't go from the ground through the screen and then through her sleeve, right? It couldn't have gone the other direction because then the costume wouldn't smell like gunpowder there. Yeah, we figured that out at least. Pretty tricky. Is she actually smiling? I don't know, it's freaking me out, man. What else is she hiding? Pull yourself together, detective. That tiny hole doesn't change a thing. The strength of the evidence still holds. Continue with your testimony. That just now was a fluke, nothing more. How can you say something like that? This is a huge oversight. While I agree it is a mistake on the part of the police, what Prosecutor Von Karma has said is true. The evidence still stands. If you do not find a more definitive problem with the evidence, then... No way! Detective Gumshoe, please continue with your testimony. Oh my goodness! Yes, sir. The defendant attacked and killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. Yeah, who gave this judge a license? I know, right? I don't think the American Bar Association would be approving of this guy. I think they'd be pulling their recommendation. Okay, so... The defendant attacked and killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. Wait a minute, not fighting back? There's a bullet hole in her sleeve. Gonna get some water, be right back? Oh man, what a great idea. In fact, let me take a little break here. I'm gonna take a break for a minute and get some water myself. We'll be back in 60 seconds, okay? Alright, just a minute here. Oh, thank you so much, Virtue. I didn't realize. Well, I went and I got myself some water. I have it here, which is great because it's tough work doing all the voice acting for everyone in this game. Yeah, I know you've always got my back to let me know with these little hiccups. Okay, so the defendant attacked and killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. Well, I have questions about this whole not fighting back situation personally. I think that he was fighting back, right? What new info is there? Well, I'm about to make the argument that the defendant was attacking a person that was fighting back, right? So I'm refuting this statement because there was that hole in the costume that Maya was wearing, right? So that to me indicates that he at least fired a gun at her. Right? That's fighting back. Alright, so let's show Maya's costume, right? The drama. Detective Dick Gumshoe. Oh, thank you so much. An anonymous tier 1 sub. Okay, thank you so much. I really appreciate your support, whoever that is out there. Detective Dick Gumshoe. Yes? Having you call me by my full name is kind of a weird feeling. You said that my client killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. Yeah, I did. Then what, may I ask, is the bullet hole you police overlooked supposed to mean? Oh my gosh! Oh, I can't believe it! Yep. You dunked on, dude. What does it mean? Yeah, you missed it, dude! You missed the bullet hole in her outfit. It's a kind of a big miss for you, too, as police. Can you post a link to the Maya video? I think you should be able to, D-Bone. Welcome back, by the way. What does it mean? I'll tell you what it means. All right, so let me take a second here. I'm going to click on this.
Nick, let me out.
All right, let's see. Do I have a way to show this to you? I think I might. Let's look at. You know, I don't really have a good scene for showing these videos quite yet. I might have to look at this a little later, D-Bone. Is that okay? Or would it be good for me to watch it right now? You think it's interesting that they summarized that the victim didn't fight back? Yeah, I agree with you, Eagle. I think that it's pretty obvious that the victim fought back. I mean, he was stabbed. To think that he wouldn't fight back, at least against the stabbing, is very odd. Either way, it's not very long, huh? Let's see here. Let's see, how about... Here, just for you. Let me fiddle around with this. All right. So, can you see it now? Is it showing up? See like a browser screen at least, right? Okay, so let's take a look.
Nick, let me out.
No.
Why not?
Because every time you take more than 3 steps, you get accused of murder, and I am getting an aneurysm.
Come on, it's only been like 4 times.
The fact you think that's normal is actually scary. 4 is a concerning amount of cats to own. I don't even have an analogy for 4 murder charges. Like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, but they're always false charges. It's not my fault.
Maya, last time you slipped on a giant banana peel, flew into outer space, landed in the country of Turkey, where your hand landed on a knife that had just been used to stab a dude, followed by you knocking over disinfectant on every part of the knife, except for the part with your fingerprints, but still removing the original killer's fingerprints, and there was a record of airport tickets you ordered online of going to Turkey at that exact time, which you apparently ordered while you were sleepwalking. So excuse me if I don't trust you to be unsupervised.
We are here for the trial of Maya Fey for nuking the country of Turkey.
I literally blinked! How could you get accused of that while I was blinking?
Well, maybe he means like I'm being accused of nuking turkey in the microwave, like a sandwich.
No, people are dead. The whole country, they're dead.
Oh fuck, I might be a war criminal.
Wow, okay. Yeah, that really... Oh, jeez. That about summarizes every appearance by Maya. She's constantly getting into unreasonable trouble, and it's like, how did you get into so much trouble while I wasn't looking directly at you? Somehow you're brought up on murder charges constantly. Oh my goodness. Oh, thanks for sharing, D-Bone. That was so funny. Yeah, I'll have to give that a like. I'll tell you what it means. It means that the victim had fired off a shot. Mm-hmm. Yes, I blinked. How could you get accused of that? The fact that you think 4 is okay is concerning. Yes, very few of us have been accused of murder 4 times.
Yeah, you know, once or twice, I mean, you know, these things happen. Is this what it means to not fight back? Ah, you're right. It seems you are correct. If the victim had tried to shoot the defendant, then it would change everything. All right, the wind seems to be shifting. Ah. What is with that "are you finished yet" laugh? Are you finished yet, Phoenix Wright? Ms. Von Karma? It seems that Maya Fey was shot at by the victim. She's doing the no, no, no finger. However, that is only grounds enough to support a justified self-defense plea. That is correct. But I'm sure you remember, Your Honor, what the defense clearly said. They rejected justified self-defense and pleaded not guilty. Ah! Now that you... Why, that's right! Which means the defense has yet to prove anything at all. No! Well, yes, that's true. Furthermore, just the fact that there is a bullet hole in the costume is not enough to substantiate even a plea of justified self-defense. Huh? How so? Yeah, it's only a minor setback. Don't worry, this is nothing for us. You don't think Von Karma should be allowed to have a whip in court? I agree with you, D-Bone. She has already assaulted this judge many times. And he's the judge. She's got an attitude problem, I think. Yeah. All right, let's see. Huh? How so? Ah! Don't just stand there. Hurry up and tell the court what transpired that day. With the new information we acquired added in, of course. Huh? You mean by myself? You want me to put together the scenario all by myself? Ah! Well, I mean, Gumshoe, you are a homicide detective. It's kind of your job to put together the scenario of these murders. Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Yeah, lock her up is right. Man, she's mean. Okay, Gumshoe. What's the tea, bud? During the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. The defendant then picked up on the opening, took the victim's gun, and ended it. This scenario I've put together does make sense. Yes, sir. Well, Mr. Wright? On the surface, it does seem to make sense. However, I won't give up that easily. Please refrain from glaring at me like that. Now then, your cross-examination, please. Okay. During the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest. Did you just realize something, Eagle? Yeah, he's telling us off for glaring. It's not like we're whipping people or anything. We're just looking at stuff. Exactly. Exactly. Looks can kill, but apparently a whip cannot. This judge, man, he's showing so much favoritism to Von Karma. Not fair, man. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot,
But because they were too close, he missed. He didn't miss. He did hit... Well, he didn't kill her. I guess that's... To that extent, he didn't miss, right? But there's a hole in Maya's costume. Without a fight. So they changed it up. Yeah, exactly. We also took his gun without a fight. Maya didn't do anything. Someone was aiming a gun at her. Missing the tiny hole on this costume will be the prosecution's undoing. Eh? What do you mean? This little hole has actually created a huge hole in your testimony. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. You said the two of them were fighting when the victim fired his gun at point blank. If that were true, then where is the gunpowder burn on this costume? Gunpowder burn? This is what you testified earlier. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. That's right, let's go, buddy. Oh, but there is not a single trace of gunpowder burn on this costume. You got it, Phoenix. That is a very good point. And what exactly does this mean? It means that when the shot was fired, they were standing apart from each other. I'm disappointed, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You think you can punch a hole in my logic with that? With wishy-washy thinking like that, anyone can explain anything away. Then I implore you to disprove my line of thinking. That's right, lady. You gotta put up or shut up here. Let's see. In the middle of their fight, the victim pushed the defendant away. And it was then, when they were separated, that he fired. How was that? All right, so they were up close and personal for the stabbing. Then she goes, whoa. Right? Or he. They get pushed apart and then firing, huh? It's pretty complicated. You think Von Karma needs to shut up? I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. As if that was even possible. According to testimony, the wound from the stabbing was very severe. The victim would not have had the strength to push the defendant very far after that. Okay, so he was stabbed so badly that he wouldn't have had the strength to push her really hard. Well, then... That's right. The defendant must have pushed the victim away. After stabbing him, she must have put some space between the doctor and herself. And then, while she was preparing to strike again, the doctor took a shot. There. That should satisfy even you. Yes, she was sweating bullets, is right. That does make an awful lot of sense. What do you think, Mr. Wright? I must be careful. I can't afford to make a mistake here. Concentrate and think. Yeah, why would the attacker put some space between them in the first place? If what she was trying to do is kill this guy, why is she trying to get further away? She just stabbed him. Yeah, something doesn't make sense. There is a fatal flaw in her argument, Your Honor. Fatal? Flaw? Ow! Very interesting. I would love to see where this flaw is. Show me something that contradicts my explanation. There has to be a snag in her explanation somewhere. She put some distance between them before rushing to make the final blow. And when she was about to strike, the doctor took his shot. There must be a piece of evidence that contradicts this line of thinking. Alright, well... I think it's gotta be something like this hole in the screen. This has probably gotta be it. Because if they're pushing one another apart, I don't know that this hole would have been as low to the ground, right? Wouldn't it have been more at like chest level or at the level of her head if he was trying to shoot her? Yeah, something is not quite right. Yes, T-Bone. Watch me whip. Now watch me nay-nay. Watch me whip. Now watch me nay-nay. All right, let's show the folding screen. I think this is going to be the key here. This is the piece of evidence that destroys your logic. What is that? A folding screen? I would like to point the court's attention to the hole in this folding screen. Ah! It looks like you already know what I'm talking about. Who? Where? What? Mr. Wright, your explanation, please. Are these two really that clueless? The bullet went through the defendant's sleeve first, then the folding screen. It passed through at a height of approximately 8 inches off the ground, which means when the shot was fired, Maya, I mean the defendant, was not getting ready to strike, but was actually squatting low to the ground. Oh, okay. All right. So he's arguing that Maya was not standing up. She was more in a squatting position. So her sleeve would have also been low to the ground, right? And when the bullet passed through it, so her sleeve must have been at 8 inches off the ground at that point, right? So that would have been a weird posture to be in if she was pushing them apart during a violent fight. Yeah, this does not make any sense. Order, order! This changes everything. Please look at this diagram of the crime scene. The victim, Dr. Gray, was here when he fired the shot. And the bullet hit this folding screen. It hit at this location, about 8 inches off of the ground. You think it's possible that the doc dropped the knife on the ground in the first place, and she went to pick it up? Oh, yeah, that's a good point. So she stabs him and then drops the knife? No. He drops the knife. Well, how did he get stabbed then? Did he stab himself, pull the knife out and drop it on the ground? And then she gets down and picks it up? Then he shoots her? Fell off of the counter? Oh, the knife maybe fell off of a counter. Yeah, well, you know, there really wasn't a whole lot going on inside this room, so I'm kind of surprised a fruit knife was in there at all. It's kind of a weird object to have even been there in the first place. The gun I can kind of understand because he was carrying around his own gun on him, right? But this whole situation is very odd. Why would you have a fruit knife on you unless you were cutting fruit? You're pulling straws here. Yeah, well, that's because we don't have all the info, I'm sure of it. This is a weird situation, and we definitely don't have all of the evidence. Okay, it hit at this location about 8 inches off of the ground. At this time, the defendant was in this area. Okay, so the defendant would have to be... here, right? Somewhere around here. Huh? Uh-oh. The judge's face is scrunched like he just smelled some serious bad breath. Uh-oh, did I put it in the wrong spot? That is, I mean... Wait, I just realized I forgot to brush this morning. Excuse me while I freshen up. Oh, this judge. Oh my gosh. Oh, he's killing me, dude. Sure. In the meantime, I want you to think things through again, Mr. Wright. Ow! Ah, of course. Oops. What's done is done. For now, I should focus on where Maya was at the time of the crime. Was she just like right here? She was standing here, near the folding screen. Ah, okay. Yeah, closer to the screen. Yeah, I thought it would be weird for her to be standing here because there was candles that were sort of surrounding this area. She'd be like standing on candles. But she must have been right over here, right? Mm-hmm. Wait a second. We know the defendant was close to the ground based on the height of the bullet hole. But how can you gauge the distance from that? Isn't it possible that the defendant was standing much closer to the victim? Candles, what was the room used for? It was used for summoning the spirits of the dead so that you could communicate with them. Yeah, so the defendant is a spirit medium, and people come to her to communicate with the dead, right? So she was channeling a dead nurse that worked for this doctor, and that's when the murder happened. So there's like a bunch of candles in the room where this murder took place. Yeah. No. That's impossible. But why? Could fruit be used for the spirit? Oh, that's a really good point. I'm not sure. That might explain why there was a fruit knife in the room. I didn't really see any fruit when we saw the room before. Yeah, I don't really know how it works either. I don't often try to channel the spirits of the dead. But why? Stop smashing your hand, man. You, of all people, should know the answer to that question, Ms. Von Karma. If she were shot from somewhere closer, there would be gunpowder burns present. However, there is nothing of the sort around the bullet hole of this costume. Ah! She's sweating bullets again. Curse you, Mr. Phoenix Wright! You... I believe it has now been proven that the defendant was standing a ways from the victim when she was shot at. But do you think this has changed the defendant's situation? Of course, it changes everything. Yeah, that's what she gets. Honestly, Your Honor, this changes everything. The prosecution has claimed that the defendant was aiming to kill by stabbing. If that were true, delivering the final strike with the knife would be ideal. However, where and what was the defendant doing at the time? Squatting all the way by the folding screen? Exactly. If Maya Fey was the real murderer, why would she be by the folding screen instead of preparing to strike? That's right. Upon further consideration, it does make very little sense. Yeah, I figured there had to be a reason. Figuring out and proving the logic behind everything is your job. Ooh. All right, with this, the rest of the trial should be in the... No. Last radius of disaster. You are such a smart man, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yeah, he's... Honestly, Gumshoe, he's a nice dude, but he's not the brightest crayon in the box, shall we say. What bottoms of the barrels are they scraping? Yeah, recruiting for police in this town is getting pretty tough. To think that you've been able to take a completely hopeless case to this point. Now I know why Papa had a tough time with you. You amuse me. Of all the things to inherit, why did it have to be that smarmy smile? Detective, how dare you damage my perfect logic? Huh? How is it all my fault? You can start repairing your standing by first removing that three-strand goatee. Dang, what a hater! She's hating on his facial hair. I don't think there's anything wrong with his goatee. He looks cool. Oh, and rest assured, your punishment will come later. Punishment? Wow. I know. And I think he looks cool. He's a detective. He's allowed to have a little chin scruff, I guess. Because normally police officers wouldn't be allowed to have facial hair like this, right? So he's already ranked up a bit. He's earned the right to have a little bit of chin duster, yeah? And here she is hating on him. Absolutely roasting. She must be a lot of fun at parties. I'm just saying. Okay. Punishment. He looks a little excited at the prospect of punishment, too. Unless it's a mustache. Well, you can have the mustache, but it's the beard and the goatee situation. That's what's questionable. Yeah. But the mustache. No, you can have a mustache, right? That's where so many officers get their authority, right? It's from the mustache. Right? To quote Super Troopers, a documentary about police, right? So much of my authority comes from here. Yes. Punishment. Well then, Your Honor, I can think I've had all I can take of this detective's face. Oh, dang. Get him out of my face, she says. I think it's time to call in the next witness. Oh, are you? I guess this hasn't been too helpful for you. We've just been dunking on you this whole time. Next witness. That's gotta be Lotta. Oh yeah, Lotta Hart. You remember Lotta. Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. After we reconvene, we will hear from the next witness. Okay. Well, we're going to see Lotta again. Now, of course, Lotta we saw in the previous game. Gotta save our game. Things are really heating up. Yeah, so Lotta is a photographer from the southern United States, and she is known for taking photographs of unusual events. Like, we met her basically looking for the Loch Ness Monster. Maybe the judge will brush his teeth in that 5 minutes. That's exactly what he's doing in his chambers right now. He's got his little Sonicare toothbrush out and his mouthwash, and he's tending to his oral hygiene. Oh, well, Maya's looking pretty upset here. Don't be sad, we're doing well. Phew, that was a close one. I know you were giving it your all to defend me, but I could feel the death penalty hanging in the air. Wow, the death penalty! I felt like I was pretty close to dying myself. But you were wonderful out there. You listened carefully, made theories, and tricked everyone into believing you. Thanks. Wait, tricked? Yeah, dude, the death penalty. This is brutal. That must be the lawyer's secret technique, right? By the way, is the next witness who I think it is? Yeah, I know if it's the death penalty, why are they so flippant? You'd think they'd be a little more careful in their investigation, right? We are talking about a potentially innocent person's life being at stake here, right? Yeah, this is a really brutal picture of the justice system being painted here. Is the next witness who I think it is? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Lotta Hart. Oh, guess there's no escaping her, huh? Remember, Nick, you promised you'd save me. If you lose, me and my sis's ghost will come after you and haunt you. Dude, you're really raising the stakes here. So if we fail to successfully defend her, right? She's gonna haunt us from the afterlife, and we know that she can do it because she's a spirit medium. So we know a few things. Number one, ghosts are a real thing, all right? And number two, they can talk to you after you're dead through spirit mediums. So I have the feeling that she would be a very powerful ghost. We ought to keep her alive. Anything we can do. Your sister? Are you talking about Mystic Mia? Oh, yes, Mystic Mia. Yeah, do you remember her, Pearly? My sister was a super good lawyer. She was also Nick's teacher. Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, I guess conversation's over. We're going back to the courtroom.
Court will now reconvene. Now, the first order of... Ow! I don't want to hear it, old man. After I call my witness, sit there quietly and watch like a good little boy. Jeez, lady. Yes, sir. Bring in the photographer who witnessed the channeling. Witness, your name and occupation, if you please. Yeah, bruh is right. Bruh. Hey, Phoenix. How you doing?
Just fine.
Sorry about this. Didn't exactly have a choice, you know. Yowza! Name and occupation. I declare, what in tarnation? Hey, Judge, this here is violence against my fair self. That's right, Lotta, you stand up to her, girl. That's fine. That's fine? That ain't fine, that's a whip. Yeah! There's no need for foolish outcries from foolishly foolish fools.
Just hurry up and testify about what happened on the day of the murder.
I haven't even got to say my name and job yet. The name's Lotta Hart, paranormal photographer, and I'm here to testify.
Now, let's all be one big happy family, okay? That's right, Lotta isn't sitting by idly. She is not going to put up with this kind of treatment. That is... You know, if Von Karma thought she could whip Lotta, she had the wrong one. The wrong one, baby.
Only the doc and the defendant went into the channeling chamber. We were waiting outside the door and then bang, we hear this gunshot. Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down and we rushed into the room. Inside was the dead victim and the defendant waving a pistol around. I swear, other than those two, there was no one else in the room.
And did you take a picture of the scene right after the murder took place?
Reckon course.
Excuse me?
Reckon course. It's short for, you reckon? Of course I did. Ah!
Does it look like I care? Just hurry up and show your picture to the court. The moment of truth. What will be in that picture? Yeah.
Let's see here. This here's the picture. Is it? Oh, wow. Look at this. Okay. So you see all these candles I was talking about now, Eagle? They're all over the place. Right? And I was like, wait a minute, she's standing where all these candles are? But that's what the game wanted, so that's fine. We'll take that. Okay, so she's got the gun in her hand, right? The folding screen is over here. The body is here. So she actually is closer to the door to exit this room. Supposedly, when the victim fired this gun at her, she would have actually been on the other side of this room between where the body is and where the table and plants and the mirror are, right? So she has actually moved quite a bit between the time that they had this altercation and then the door was busted down. This is not where I expected her to be positioned in this photograph. That's kind of the thing. Yeah, that does look like Maya and the guy on the ground. She's not by the folding screen. Precisely. It would certainly seem that only the defendant and the victim were in that room. Yeah, I don't see anyone else in the room. Are you ready, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Let's look at that photo one more time. Yeah, okay, so it doesn't look like there's anyone else in the room, right? But at the same time, there's something else that's kind of suspicious. When we went and we examined this room in person before, it looked like there was a space behind this screen. So I'm wondering if maybe there was a third person in this room. Is it possible? Because this might be blocking a nice hiding spot. Also, her standing all the way over here. This is a weird situation. We're definitely not getting the full story. You're absolutely right. How weird, huh? Okay, let's go back. Are you ready, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Are you ready, lady? I will clear all doubt about Maya through this cross-examination. Just watch me. Oh, boy. How does she get there in the first place if the hole is in the screen? Exactly. Only the doc and the defendant went into the channeling chamber. Oh, yeah? Are you sure? Was it really only those two that went in? What are you blabbering about? You were there too, were you not? Why don't you answer that yourself? Was it really just the two of them? Yes, Dr. Gray and Maya were the only two that went into the room. But hold on, we can't have the defense testifying against its own client. Anyway, folks, only the two of them went into the channeling chamber, you hear? But see, that's the thing, is I'm wondering, could someone have been hiding in the channeling chamber before the two of them went into the room? Right? Someone could have been lying in wait, ready to ambush the two of them. But you knew that from the very beginning, didn't you? Witness, continue. Hey! Kirito, thank you so much for subscribing. Oh, and with your Prime, too. Wow, I feel special. Thanks for the support. Happy Friday, dude. How you doing? As you can see, we're back in court. And the prosecutor is literally whipping us. We're getting our butt handed to us. Maybe things will look a little brighter now that you're here. Which one is this? We're playing the second Phoenix Wright game. The Ghost Girl one? Yes, this is the Ghost Girl one. Yeah, so Maya was channeling a spirit for Dr. Gray, and supposedly she shot him to death. Point blank, right in the forehead, too. Pretty brutal stuff, right? So once again, we're back defending Maya against murder charges. So we were waiting outside the door, and then bang, we hear this gunshot. Well, tell me more, babe. How does the channeling work with Maya? That's a really good question. I don't know exactly because they haven't shown us precisely how it works, but basically she sort of goes into a trance, right? And her consciousness leaves her body, and the spirit that she's trying to contact takes over her body. And when the spirit takes over her body, in the game it shows changed artwork for her. So that's why in some shots she looks like a teenager, and in other shots she looks like a fully developed woman, and so on. So she sort of checks out, and the spirit sort of right into her body. Yeah. Okay. Was it really a gunshot? Objection! Are you insane? You must have heard it as well. That's true, we did. There. Why don't you testify before the court, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Was it really a gunshot? Yes. I think it was something that sounded like a gunshot. And why are we here listening to the defense testify? And the world becomes just a little crueler. I heard a gunshot a long time ago, so I know. And I tell you, that was a gunshot I heard. Now this is where the story heats up. Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down and we rushed into the room. So let me get this straight. This Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down? Honestly, Mr. Phoenix Wright, why don't you tell us what has happened then? Yes, Miss Von Karma. I broke the door down. Sorry. Why does this feel like an inquisition? No need for apologizing. That was great. You're a real man. Oh, really? That's something I would like to see. The judge is smiling rather openly. I'll take that as a good sign. And what did you see once you broke in? Inside was the dead victim and the defendant waving a pistol around. Okay. Are you sure it was the defendant, Maya Fey? Sure, I'm sure. Lotta seems awful confident in her testimony. Well, we gotta go big or go home here, right? We absolutely have to press her harder. Lotta, please, think back to that day one more time. What you getting at? Remember what you said when we broke into the room? I was murdered. Yes, exactly, Eagle. She changes. You don't see Maya's face in the pic. And see the artwork of her here? And she normally doesn't look as, shall we say, buxom? So here she's been taken over by the dead nurse, right? So a nurse has taken over her body and is being channeled here. Yes, much more stoic than usual. In the face, yes. Right? That's all we were looking at. Lotta, at a time like this? Times like this are perfect for snapping up shots. But anyway, what's going on here? This gal, is she Maya? Mm-hmm. When you saw the murderer at that time, you couldn't even tell if it was Maya Fey or not. Am I correct? Well, you see... Yeah, Lotta, you know Maya. I'm surprised you didn't recognize her. Order. Ms. Hart, you are here to present accurate testimony. Yeah, sorry. Good. This shifts things back to my side. For a defense lawyer, your defense is terribly lacking, Mr. Phoenix, Wright? Witness, think back to when those two entered the channeling chamber. When they entered? One of those people that entered the chamber was Maya Fey, correct? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was Maya that went in. It looks like we've come to a collective conclusion. The person in this picture is most certainly Maya Fey. Exactly. Rats, and I'm trapped like one. Again. I swear, other than those two, there was no one else in the room. Well, I have to disagree. I'm very suspicious about this situation, and I think there's a good chance that somebody was hiding behind that giant folding screen, right? Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's present. The folding screen? Huh? Could this be it? Maybe the time's not right? No. Let's hear. Okay. Let's just press her first, see what she says. Are you absolutely certain of that? Sure am, but that old witch chased us out of the room, so... Old witch? Does she mean Morgan Fey? But there was no one else in there, and you know it. The channeling chamber was very dark, almost pitch black. Was there really no one else in there? What about... Yeah, behind the folding screen. What about behind the folding screen? Did you check back there? Given? Huh? What in the... Given, you know. You reckon? That's a given. Yeah, that's right. You can't fool me, lady. You thought you got one over on me? Nah, not even close, baby. I took me a good look around the room once. There ain't no way anyone was hanging out behind that folding screen. If I may have a word with you, Ms. Hart. What? You got a problem? Given. I mean, I am having a little difficulty in understanding you. If you would stop saying such things as given. Ah! Now then, Mr. Phoenix Wright, do you see a problem with the testimony, or don't you? Just as I thought, there's nothing wrong with her testimony. I was with her, so I know she's telling the truth. Enough. It seems that there are no issues with Miss Hart's testimony. At the time of the crime, only 2 people were in the channeling chamber. The victim, Dr. Turner Gray, and the defendant, Maya Fey. The face of the defendant cannot be verified in this picture. However, if we think about the circumstances, it would have to be the defendant. What am I gonna do if I just let this go? What is it, Mr. Wright? You look as if you have something to say. If I make one wrong move, I'm gonna have the judge against me. Is there anything I can present that would prove it's not Maya in that photo? Oh gosh, let's think about this. Do we have anything that would prove it? Well, my badge is not proving anything. It's hardly proving that I'm an attorney. Okay, newspaper clipping. This has to do with something that happened in the past, so it can't prove anything about Maya. Guide map doesn't help us. Maya's Magatama doesn't really help us either. More newspaper clippings. Nope, this is not helping us. The folding screen. This doesn't really prove anything about Maya, though. That's the thing. What about the spirit? Said that they were murdered in the flashback. Yeah. That's a really good point. That was not something that I expected to hear. So the nurse's spirit claimed that they were murdered by Dr. Gray. Right? Okay, so the key, this is not helping us with Maya in the photo. The floor plans of the crime scene. No. Autopsy report, the gun. Yeah, a vendetta from beyond the grave. Murder weapon of the knife. This is not really helping. Her costume, no, that appears to be what she's wearing here. And Lotta's photo, that's what we're already looking at. Gosh, we're really in a bad spot here. We might actually have to choose can't present anything yet. Oh gosh. Oh. You're still wondering where the knife takes place. Yeah, me too. It seems odd. I don't even see any fruit in the room. I don't know why you would have a fruit knife in there. Alright. I'm gonna choose can't present anything yet. I hope this is the right thing to do. I'm crossing my fingers. Well, Mr. Wright? Nothing, Your Honor. That's very smart of you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You really should give up trying to prove this is not Maya Fey. I didn't say anything about giving up. I just don't have the right piece of evidence to prove my argument. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, she's so smug. That's really infuriating, isn't it? I don't want you to be so smug about it. You don't need to be so happy. That's enough. Is this it? Is this all I could do? I think it is quite obvious to this court that a verdict of not guilty is not possible. Oh no. I told you. Totally 100% impossible. Ms. Von Karma, do you have any questions? Any further questions for this witness? Having established the defendant's guilt, further questioning won't be needed. Did we lose? What about the defense? No further questions, I presume? I couldn't protect Maya. The defense. The defense. Oh. D-Bone? You saw our girl there, right? We can't give up yet. Phoenix. Phoenix, you can't make that kind of face. A lawyer is someone who smiles, no matter how bad it gets. Really? Mia! I guess I made it just in time, wouldn't you say? Hey! It's our girl Mia! Alright, so, Eagle. Mia is our mentor-in-law. She actually ran the law practice that we run now up until her death. She was murdered in our law offices in the last game, right? Okay, so she's a ghost, Mia, all right? And what's happening right now is Mia is inhabiting the body of Pearl, right? So the little girl is also a spirit medium, right? So she's channeling Mia, who was an awesome attorney. So Mia is hopefully about to save our butts. I guess I made it just in time, wouldn't you say? See, that's why she looks like a grown-up lady now. Because Pearl's just like a little 6 or 7-year-old girl, right? You see what I mean when they fully change? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she's a little buxom, right? She grew like 4 feet. Yes, she fully matured. You! But Pearl's? Her clothes are a bit small. Anyway, what are you waiting for, Phoenix? Let's go! But how? She's already taken away every advantage. Not every advantage, Phoenix. You've got the spirit of an excellent attorney on your side. The advantage is still in your hand. Think carefully, one more time, about what you saw in the channeling chamber. Do you remember what you told me yesterday? Dr. Gray! I was murdered. What? Lotta, at a time like this? Okay, so... Wait a minute, I just realized something that I didn't realize before. I feel like I heard 2 clicks of the camera. I feel like I heard the camera go off twice. Maybe she's got another photo? Ooh. What does Von Karma and the judge see or hear, and is this in our head? Yeah, well, we're... we're like flashing back, I suppose, right? Yeah, it did do it twice, right? You heard it 2 times too, right? Yeah, okay. Alright, Lotta, at a time like this? Times like this are perfect for snapping up shots. Shots, plural, right? You see, there is one final piece to this puzzle. Mia? Question Lotta one more time, Phoenix. I don't know if she's doing it unconsciously or on purpose, but she's not testifying truthfully. Now then, this court would like to end the cross-examination period. No, not yet. Please wait, Your Honor. The defense would like to request that the witness testify one more time. Overruled. No, dude. I'm afraid you're too late, Mr. Wright. The cross-examination has already ended. Furthermore, ooh! It's fine. I'll allow another testimony. Von Karma's case is perfect. Absolutely flawless. And what better time than this for you to see that? But, I mean, I have someplace I must go after this. Ooh! All right, I'll allow it. Yeah, Eagle. You know, if she could have just put her ego aside, we wouldn't have to embarrass her in open court like we're about to do, right? Because this game is named after us, baby. All right? It's not Von Karma Ace Attorney, Justice for All. Right? So we are about to be the hero and save the day. We have to be. Ms. Hart, hurry and give us another testimony. Well, heck, what am I supposed to talk about? Please tell us once more, what happened when you burst into the channeling chamber? Yes, imagine a spin-off game. That would be cool. I'm pretty sure there's an Edgeworth spin-off game. So, maybe we'll have to play that together. Okay, you got it. See? You got through to the judge somehow, right? Well, actually it was Von Karma's whip that got through to him. Okay. When we broke into that room, all I could focus on was Maya. I was, kinda scared of the dead body, so I didn't get a good look at it. I'm really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff. But I still managed to point my camera at mine and take a shot. Take a shot with your camera, huh? I think this is the thing that we need to really push her on when it's our turn, right? Do you plan on playing Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright? Yeah, actually, D-Bone, the Professor Layton games and the crossover game are on my to-do list. Have you played that one? I didn't even know it existed until I was looking into the whole series recently. Who knew the Whip would be the MVP of the court, right? Whip for MVP. Nothing sounds different from before. Some parts of her testimony were very vague. I should press her on those sections. All right. Struggle all you like as you taste the bitterness of your defeat. Well, amuse me with your useless questions, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm waiting. She's so smug. All right. When we broke into that room, all I could focus on was Maya. I was, kind of scared of the dead body, so I didn't take a good look at it. I'm really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff. But I still managed to point my camera at Maya and take a shot. All right, well, let's press her. You love Professor Layton, D-Bone? Oh, you know what? I actually have never played any of the Professor Layton games. And a dear friend of mine told me a long time ago that I ought to take a chance to play through some of them, that they would really be up my alley, huh? So we'll have to check them out together. 2, right? 2. What? 2 shots. You took 2 shots. But only one has been submitted as evidence. Miss Hart, where is the other picture you've been withholding? No, you've got it all wrong. It's not me. Oh, you'll help me if I get stuck? Oh, great. Oh, I would love that. Okay. Well, it's on my to-do list, okay? I didn't mean anything bad. I know I can be a little mean, but I ain't evil. Well, at least she knows herself. Then why have you not shown this other picture to the court yet? Well, ain't it obvious? That prosecutor woman told me to shut my trap about it. Oh, jeez. Oh, Von Karma told her to shut up about the other photo, huh? Now I really want to see what's in that shot. What? There is a hint system in the games, but sometimes the hints aren't very good. Oh, good. Well, I could use someone with your experience then. Von Karma. Ms. Von Karma, you're hiding critical evidence. Unforgivable, Von Karma. Suppressing evidence like this? You're as bad as your father. You gotta confront her, huh? Huh? Your Honor, the defense asks that Prosecutor Von Karma be held in contempt of court. Well, yes. Ah! Me? In contempt of court? You can't be serious. But you hid evidence from the court on purpose. That's not fair. Phoenix, are you a lawyer or a school child? I was so angry I lost my composure. I know. Yeah, we ought to throw her right out of the window. She's whipping everybody in court. She's withholding evidence. And this is a death penalty case. Wow. Okay, Ms. Von Karma, would you care to explain yourself to this court? I thought this picture was not important and thus felt no need to submit it. That's all. It's not fair, Judge. Judge, it's not fair. He was mean to me, Judge. Alright. How could you think? The pictures were more or less the same, so why bother with the second? You mean more or less the same? I mean, it's just so much more trouble than it's worth for me to submit this as evidence. More trouble than it's worth? How can you say that? If you want to see it that badly, I'll submit it. Alright, she submitted it to the record. Whoa. Whoa. Wait a minute. Oh, wait. Put on the brakes, baby. Who is this? Who is this in this photo? Look at that face. This is terrifying. Yeah, you can see the face. This is substantially different, right? Wait a minute. I'm noticing something else. This isn't Maya, that's the spirit. Okay, but here's the other thing, D-Bone. You bring up a good point. It's obviously not Maya, because it's not Maya's face, right? The thing that my eye is drawn to is her sleeves. Neither of the sleeves has a hole in it. Right? And there was a struggle over the gun. The gun went off. Right? And this photo was taken right after they burst into the room. Where is the hole in her sleeve? What is going on here? There's some chicanery. There's some tomfoolery. And there's a lot of nonsense happening here. There's yeah, right. To quote the president, there's a lot of malarkey going on in this room. Right? Isn't that a thing he says, malarkey? Okay. What is this picture? It's obviously the second picture the witness took that day at the scene of the crime. We have been tricked, we have been backstabbed, we have quite possibly been bamboozled. All of these things. Well, it's a little off-center, but that's what you get with a nervous amateur. Amateur? I think the important point here is that the person is the person in this picture. This is most definitely not Maya Fey. Oh, yeah. What is the meaning of this? This might be the break I was looking for. Now, should I or should I not insist that the person in this picture is not Maya? Whoa, there's some double negatives going on here. Let me read that again. Now, should I or should I not insist that the person in this picture is not Maya? Is it Maya? Let's drop the issue. Yeah, never mind. I made a mistake. My B. All right, it's not Maya. Your Honor. As you can plainly see, the person in the picture is not Maya Fey. Yes, I see that. It's not just her face. Her whole body has taken on a different appearance. There is only one conclusion that can be drawn then. That somehow, this other person snuck in and traded places with the defendant. Order, order, order! Well, yes, I believe you are correct, Mr. Wright. The person who was inside the channeling chamber was not Maya Fey. Mia, we did it!
You're too soft.
Huh?
You're softer than Aunt Morgan's strawberry desserts, Phoenix. Take a look at Prosecutor Von Karma's face. Uh-oh.
She's still got that smug look on her face.
She's smiling? I think you had better continue to worry, Mr. Phoenix, Wright. Ms. Von Karma, what do you mean by that? Your Honor, I would like for you to take a look at this picture. Oh. This was taken yesterday at the detention center's visitor room. See, this is Mia taking over Maya's body, right? Which she did when we met with her at the detention center yesterday. But that doesn't necessarily mean that Mia was taking over Maya's body at the time of the murder. Where is she going with this? Okay. This is Mr. Phoenix Wright and the defendant, Maya Fey, during his visit. Maya Fey? But isn't this a totally different person? She looks this way because she is obviously in the middle of channeling a spirit. Oh, yeah, okay. It's unbelievable that she can... Yet, it is the truth. When Maya Fey is in that state, she physically changes into the person she's calling. Ms. Von Karma, a word if I may. Mia? Taking pictures of someone during a private visit is illegal. Surely, you must know that that picture can't be submitted as evidence. Obviously, I know this picture is illegal, but I never intended to submit it as evidence in the first place. What is she... From the moment I showed this picture to the court, the case became all mine. After all, this image has now been forever burned into the judge's mind. Wow, she's playing really dirty here. So even though she can't submit this as evidence, she's showing it in court because it's prejudicial to the judge. I don't have even a single witty line. It looks like we've been had. I don't claim to understand this, and I still cannot believe it. Are you saying that this person is the defendant, Maya Fey? If I give up here, the trial will end. But if I slip up and say something wrong, it'll cost me. Is there any way I can prove that the person in this picture is not Maya? Well, I still think that the sleeve is a problem, right? Yeah, she just showed that a channeled spirit can take over the body and change it. So it proves that Maya didn't do it? Oh, well, you know, I suppose you could see it as proving that it was a spirit that committed the killing, right? But at the same time, we have this issue of... Here, let me bring up the court record. Okay, so Maya's clothes she was wearing at the time of the murder were taken from her, right? And there's a hole in the sleeve. Yet, clearly, there's no hole in the sleeve in this shot, right? So I think we can say we can prove it because of the hole in the sleeve not being there, right? Yeah, this doesn't make any sense at all, because both shots had already gone off at this point. Okay, I can prove it. Let's do it. Yeah, Your Honor. Oh, the fire has returned to your eyes, I see. This picture. Within this picture lies a critical contradiction to all the testimony up until now. A contradiction? So, you think you've spotted a problem with this picture? Then earn your keep.
Why don't you point out exactly what is so strange? Okay, well, I'm gonna say it's this one, right? At the left sleeve. Present this. Please direct your attention here. To the sleeve? But there isn't anything odd about it. And that is exactly why it's so odd. Yeah, exactly, Phoenix. Something that should be there is suddenly missing. Should be there. Ah! There was a bullet hole in the sleeve of the defendant's costume. If that's the case, then it should be in this picture as well. Yeah, that's right. Ms. Von Karma, you intended to hide this valuable piece of evidence? You will most certainly be assigned a penalty for this. All right, this should do some major damage to her argument. Don't celebrate yet. You like to bring down the mood, don't ya? Take a look at Ms. Von Karma's face. Uh-oh, she's doing the no, no, no. Not good. Oh, she's got that condescending grin plastered all over her face again. Tisk, tisk, jumping the gun again, I see, Your Honor. Yeah, take her license. She should be sanctioned by the bar, at very least. I would like to extend an apology on behalf of those incompetent fools. What do you mean? And what incompetent fools? If those fools down at the precinct hadn't missed the bullet hole, I would have gotten a report about it. As I didn't, I could not have known that this picture was of any value to this case. I see. She's lying through her teeth, I know it. That woman knew about everything. The bullet hole, the picture, everything. But you can't prove that. Franziska von Karma's idea of a perfect case is quite fascinating, don't you think? Your Honor, you need not worry. If you must assign a penalty, I'll personally make sure that the detective gets what's coming. I'm sure there will be a great gnashing of teeth at his next salary discussion. Poor Gumshoe. Are you blaming this on Gumshoe? In any case, this is a very big problem. When the defendant was taken into custody, her costume had a bullet hole in its sleeve. However, from this photo, it would appear that right after the shooting, there was none. The judge is confused by this strange twist of events. This is your chance, Phoenix. Load all you've got into this one shot, all right? Got it. Watch this, Maya. Your Honor. There's only one logical explanation for the contradiction. Okay, so we have the picture is a fake, the bullet hole was made later, the shooter is someone else. And through the process of elimination, we know that the shooter must be someone else because the picture couldn't be fake. We know it's real. We were there when it was taken. Also, the bullet hole was made later. This could not be the case either because she was immediately taken into custody, right? So, when did the gun go off at a later time? There was no opportunity for the gun to go off again, right? Precisely, Eagle. So it must be that the shooter was someone else. The defendant's sleeve had a bullet hole in it. However, this person's clearly does not. There can only be one explanation. The person who shot Dr. Gray was not the defendant, but a different person altogether. What? Order! 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 If order is not restored, I will suspend this trial. Ooh, wow! Why me? The point-and-click text games remind you of Zero Time Dilemma. Oh, I'll have to look that up after the stream. Is that a game like this where you're solving a mystery or a murder? The defense's argument is a complete mess. A complete mess? I fail to see how. Please enlighten us. Hey, witness. Ah! What the heck? Is that any way to ask a gal for a favor? Be quiet, you. You were the one who said it was only the two of them when you entered the room. Wow, I think we really rustled her jimmies. They're at maximum rustlage right now. Well, you know, if you were lying, I swear that my whip will be the last thing you see. Look, sis, you're looking mighty scary, so why don't we say you... Ah! I swear I wasn't lying or nothing. There wasn't anyone else in there, honest. You see. Now riddle me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Where did the defendant vanish to? And where did this other woman appear from? Why is it lately all I want to do is cry? Well, if the person in this picture is not the defendant, then this poses two very big questions. First, where did the defendant vanish to? And second, where did this person come from? That's right. Now hurry up and answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Come on. You can't fall apart here, Phoenix Wright. I can't believe that even Mia's calling me by my full name. But, I mean, how am I supposed to prove something like this? Had enough yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Or do you think you have enough in you to turn things around even now? To turn things around? That's right. Mia would always turn things around and change her perspective. Phoenix? So, where did this intruder appear from, and where did Maya disappear to? I need to look at this situation from a different angle. Let's see. What if before we broke in, a third person was already in the room? And what if Maya had left that room somehow? If I could prove that either one of those conditions were true... Mr. Wright, let's hear what you've come up with. I think what happened before we forced our way into the channeling chamber is... Golly. I mean, really all of these things, right? A third person was already in the chamber. I'm gonna say that Maya had left the room. Right? Maya had left the channeling chamber at some point. And the defense can prove this. You think the old malpractice victim was related to the nurse? Well, we do have another person that was on site at the time. We do have Miss Eenie Meenie, who was related to Mimi Meenie, a nurse who worked for Dr. Gray and died behind the wheel of a car, right? So maybe Eenie has something to do with this. Ooh. Oh, how a foolish fool makes a foolish face while dreaming foolishly foolish dreams. Maya Fey was being looked after by her aunt, Morgan Fey. The chances of her leaving the crime scene is lower than that detective's salary. Anyway, let's see some evidence. Prove that from the murder until the time of arrest, the defendant had left the room. Well, what about this key, right? This channeling chamber had a special key. I'm pretty sure that's what this key is, right?
And supposedly there was only one copy, allegedly, one copy that Maya had, right? However, we came into possession of this key by talking to Pearl. So either there's more than one key, or somehow Pearl got the key to this room. Right? Let's present this key. Miss Hart, do you remember this key? Well, I've seen it. Hey, that's the channeling chamber key, right? Before the channeling started, Maya locked the door from the inside with that. The defendant herself locked the door? Yeah, that's why we all couldn't get the door open. That key's the only one of its kind, after all. Oh, one of a kind, you say? Wait, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes? It looks like she's catching on. I'm afraid to ask, but why is that key currently in your possession? Huh? What do you mean? If Maya Fey locked herself in, then the key should have been with her. Yes, agreed. However, she did not have the key at the time of her arrest. Ah, well, ain't that a kick? So how come you're holding it? I got this as a present from a certain little girl. And that little girl was nowhere near the crime scene at the time. That's right, we did get the key from Pearl. That's preposterous. This means that Maya Fey must have left the room. If she had not, then I would not be holding this key you see before you. No! Yeah. It seems we have come to an impasse. This picture has clearly captured the face of the murderer. Oh, don't you worry, Eagle. I'm going in for the kill. However, is this person the defendant or not? The defense is arguing that this person is not the defendant. Furthermore, as proof, this key has been submitted as evidence. Ms. Von Karma, how can this be? At this point in time, a verdict on the defendant's guilt is not possible. My perfect case! How is there a flaw in my perfect case? Don't think you've won yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I am a prodigy. I have never lost a case. And I don't intend to lose here in this courtroom to a fool like you. I don't care what I have to do. I will get my guilty verdict. Gosh. Jeez, lady. That's pretty intense. That's enough. If you would like to continue, do so in the lobby. Court will reconvene tomorrow at 10 a.m. That is all. Court is adjourned. My goodness. All right, we're back in the defendant's lobby. Wow! That was you, Pearly? You summoned my sis?
Yes, I felt I had no choice.
Great going, Pearly. I knew you were special.
Hey, Nick, did you know?
Yeah? It's not like anyone else in there could have done that. Nick? I know you're trying really hard and all, but I really don't remember ever leaving that room.
And I don't think that a third person could have gone into that room.
Yeah? Well, at least we have until tomorrow to figure things out. Like, what happened in that room, for instance?
Yeah, I'm counting on you. I envy the two of you. Oh, by the way, Nick, do you think you could take Pearly back home for me? Sure. All right, Pearls. You ready to go buy some tickets? Huh? A ticket? Poor thing. So sheltered. All right. Well, we managed to make it through another day in the courtroom. Despite all of these tricks, Franziska von Karma was trying to trick us, but we managed to figure her out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did. We managed to hold our own and make it successfully through the day of court. So we lived to fight again another day. All right, and I see that we've now gone over just a little bit when I normally wrap things up. So let's just take a moment to say thank you so much to everybody who turned out to support me on today's stream. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. So I had an excellent time tonight, and I hope that you did too. I'm going to be back again on Sunday night from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Okay, so if you want to continue following up on this case, we'll be back then. Okay. So thank you so much. Thank you, Virtue. All right, now let's see if anyone else is live right now. If we can support somebody by rating their stream, let's take a little peek here. All right, so who is streaming? Oh, it looks like there's a friend of Rizo's that's streaming, a VTuber named Pomado Master. So let's go ahead and run the credits, and we'll go ahead and raid her channel, okay? All right, have a good night, and I'll see you on Sunday.
Phoenix, right? I've never played that series, but it's so like, I don't know. It's not, is goofy a word? It's not goofy, but it's like, not cheesy. Like, I don't know. Classic? Winding down? Oh yeah, dude. You remember